Before you keep scrolling, answer this honestly. How many rooms in your own home still feel like someone else's, even though no one else lives there anymore? Dear friend, you know this specific kind of quiet, not peace, the other kind. The quiet that used to have someone else's voice in it, and now just has yours, echoing a little too loudly in a house built for two. This letter is not going to tell you time heals everything. Time doesn't heal. Time just passes. What heals is what you do inside the time, and most of you were never taught how. You are not broken because a marriage ended. You are grieving, which is a very different thing. And by the end of this letter, I want you to understand the difference. Nobody prepares you for how many small things you have to grieve inside one large ending. Not just the person, the version of your future you'd already built in your head, the one with their name still in it, the holidays that now require new arrangements, the friends who quietly had to choose a side, or worse, chose neither and disappeared instead. You grieve the mornings that used to be predictable. You grieve being known by someone in the specific, unglamorous way that only years together can build. The way they knew exactly how you took your coffee, which was never really about coffee at all. And underneath all of it, there's a question you haven't said out loud, because saying it makes it too real. Was it my fault? Some part of it, most of it, all of it? That question will run on a loop if you let it, and it rarely has a clean answer, because relationships almost never end from one clean cause. Here's what I want you to hear first, before anything else in this letter. Grieving this loudly, this deeply, is not proof that you chose wrong or loved wrong or failed at something you should have been better at. It's proof that it was real. You don't grieve things that never mattered. But heartbreak, left alone too long, starts telling you a lie. And like every convincing lie, it doesn't announce itself as one. It tells you that you are now half of something, that you were a whole person plus a partner, and now that the partner is gone, there's a hole exactly their shape, and it will always be there, and you will always feel it. And that's not true, and it's worth saying plainly. You were never half of a whole. You were a whole person who chose to walk beside another whole person for a while. The relationship didn't complete you. It accompanied you. And when it ends, you are not left in pieces. You are left as the same whole person, standing now without the company you'd gotten used to. Heartbreak also lies to you about the future. It tells you the best chapter already happened, and everything after this is just managing the aftermath. That belief feels protective. If you expect nothing, you can't be disappointed again. But it isn't protection. It's a slow, quiet surrender, dressed up as wisdom. Here's the truth underneath the lie. You are not disqualified from being loved well because you were once loved badly, or loved someone who couldn't stay. The ending of one chapter is not a verdict on every chapter after it. So let's talk about what whole actually means, because I don't think it means what you've been taught it means. A whole doesn't mean the marriage never happened. It doesn't mean erasing the years or pretending you feel nothing when you see their name. Whole isn't the absence of scar tissue. Whole is what scar tissue actually is. Not a wound anymore, just a different kind of strong, exactly at the place that once broke. Becoming whole starts with returning something you may have quietly handed away without noticing, your own definition of yourself. Somewhere in that marriage, some of you probably started answering the question, "Who am I?" with his wife, or her husband, or we. That's not wrong for a marriage, but it's dangerous when the marriage ends and you're still waiting for someone else to hand your identity back to you. Nobody's going to hand it back. You have to go and take it. That means rebuilding, deliberately, the parts of yourself that existed before you learned to say we. The friendships you let quietly fade. The hobby you gave up because it never quite fit into two schedules. The version of your own opinions that didn't run through someone else's approval first. This isn't about becoming who you were before the marriage. That person is gone too, and that's all right. You're not rebuilding backward. You're building forward as someone shaped by everything that happened, including the ending, but no longer defined only by it. Whole is not going back to zero. Whole is standing fully in who you are right now, scar tissue and all, and deciding that's enough to build the next chapter from. So here's what I want you to do the moment this letter ends. Pick one small thing that belonged only to you before this ending and was quietly lost somewhere along the way. A hobby, a friendship, a habit of thinking your own thoughts all the way through without checking them against someone else first. Pick it back up this week, not to prove anything to anyone, just to prove it to yourself. You are not half of anything. You never were. You are a whole person who survived something that was allowed to hurt this much, precisely because it once meant this much. Grieve it as long as grief actually takes, not as long as everyone around you is comfortable watching. And on the other side of that grief, you are not going to find a repaired version of the old you. You are going to find someone new, built partly from what broke, and entirely capable of being loved again, whole, exactly as you are. The marriage ended, you didn't. Until the next letter, Elias.